Hello everybody, welcome to this YouTube channel. Good evening. This video I'm going to share about English. Actually, I have a conversation with my mentors. Maybe it's about 2 weeks ago. I was just learning about English, especially about my difficulty. So in this video, I'm not teaching at all. I'm just sharing about my difficulty in learning English. Okay. In that conversation, I asked my mentor. Okay, my mentor is Elvrina Saragih. She teaches English in Chiang Mai, Thailand, but she comes from North Sumatra, Indonesia. Alright. In that conversation, I asked her a lot of things about my difficulty. The first question I asked her about what's the difference between dialect and accent. That's the first question. And in the second question is, do we need an accent? Do we need to have an accent? That's the second one. I asked her. I know she can answer it well, of course, because she's an online English teacher, of course. So, the third question I asked her about idiom. In that conversation, I'm just learning to the new topic, especially about idiom with her. Okay, and the last question I asked her about what's the best way? What's the best way to learn English by watching English movie? So maybe like me, it's so difficult to learn English movie, but I don't know much about English, especially pronunciation, vocabulary, etc. So you will understand about the questions I give her. So stay tuned to the next conversation that I will share it. Okay, before we move to the conversation, please subscribe to this YouTube channel in order that I'm so excited to share more videos, especially about English. Okay, thank you so much. So let's get started.
Hello.
Hello. We meet again. Like
Good
yesterday.
evening.
Okay, good evening. Okay.
So are you okay? You sure you're okay? It's 8:47 my time, so that will be 10:47 your time, right?
It's
Okay.
okay.
Fire up.
Okay. I think we are discussing about my question here, and maybe I will just listen your explanation about my question.
Okay.
Actually,
So your first.
Actually, I'd like to know
So.
what's the difference between dialect and accent.
Right. Okay. Accent. It's more to the nation. The accent. It's more to how people in general nationality to pronounce the word. It for example, American accent, British accent, Canadian accent, Australian accent. But maybe go to more specific region. For example, we are talking about British accent, right?
Yeah.
And we go to another part of British. We go another part of England. There's London, there's Manchester, there's Sussex, there's Essex, there's Liverpool. They have different dialect. That's what we call dialect. its region. The way they pronounce the word will be totally different. Probably people from London, they will not understand what Liverpool people say. But if they talking about the accent, they're more likely it's British accent, which is more likely come from upper class. Upper class, like dialect, it's more like a region, and I don't like to say lower class, but
Upper class.
yes, put it that way. Yes, lower class, like, yeah.
Okay.
Like, for example, Indonesian, of course, we have general Indonesian. But if we go to another provinces, that's another dialect we will find. That's, I came from North Sumatra. Of course, our dialect will be different, even though we say in Indonesian language, but that will be different. And if you come from, say, from Java, and the word that you pronounce, that will be different than mine, of course, because we are different region. So that's the difference between dialect and accent. Accent is more general as a nation.
All nation.
But, yes, but like, for example again, American. In general, of course, there's an American accent. As a nation, American nation, they do have general accent, and it's more upper class, like I said. But if you go to New York, New Yorker, they call them New Yorker. They have different accent. You go to Texas, they have very different accent too. They call them, instead of mom, they call their mother mama. So that's how Texas people talk. If you go to North Carolina, that will be another different accent. And I actually have I have two different American friends. Like I said before, I have another friend, English teacher. She's New Yorker. So, and I have another friend. He's from Alabama. They are totally different accent. They have different dialect. Totally different dialect. They are. And I have friend from, he's an English, he's from London, but I have another friend, and he is English as well, but he's from Liverpool. They are totally different. So, different dialect I'm talking about. So, yes, dialect and accent, they are different. Dialect is more to region, and accent is more to nation.
Nation, okay. Oh, it's very clear.
Okay. Yes, and like you asked me before, this you're talking about, do we really need to have an accent?
Yes, that's the next
when we are
question.
talking. Yes, so do we really have to have an accent when we are learn English? I disagree with people who would like to copy or maybe mimic American or Canadian or Australian or British accent, because that's just not the way we are. American English, sure. They're American. They're born in America. The day they're born, their tongue is already made in America.
How about
yes,
us?
so yes, exactly. So it just unless you grow up or you spend a lot of time in the particular country that English speaking country,
Yes.
you probably will adapt the accent little bit, but that doesn't mean that you totally completely will adapt, will embrace the accent completely, totally. Maybe you have a little bit of their accent, sure, fair enough, because every day, every single day you meet with, you only communicate with them, so you like it or not, you will learn a lot from their accent. Sure, that's not a problem.
So,
of course.
so it's about get used to, right? It's about
I'm sorry?
So it's about get used to. If
Yes, that's exactly. Yes, that's exactly. Like that's another thing. We hear the way you say.
Hmm.
They say the word.
And the way they speak.
Okay. Then we like it or not, we will copy it automatically.
Automatically.
Yes, automatically. Like for Australian, because I learn my English from Australia. So when they said water, instead of water, they say water. So that's the way I say water. Can I have a bottle of water? Instead of, can I have a bottle of water? But if I say in a quick way, it will not sound water. It will say water.
Oh, water.
Can I have a bottle of water? Yes. So that's the way accent is. But if you spend a lot of time in Canada or in or South Africa, there will be another different accent. So as a non-native English speaker, I would like to encourage the beginner or English learner, just speak clearly as long as we pronounce the word clear.
And comfortable.
We don't need an accent. No, we don't need an accent. No.
We don't need.
Absolutely no. Yes, just it doesn't have to be.
Is there Indonesian accent? Is there Indonesian accent?
I
Is
don't know.
so accent only in Australian, American, British, Canadian.
Because they're English speaking country. Of course, they do have accent, their own accent. Just like.
So what's the meaning of accent? In your mind.
Sorry?
So what's the meaning of accent in your mind?
In my mind, accent is
your opinion.
The associate with the pronunciation of the nation, the people from the nation. So put it this way, just to make it a little bit easier. See, this is my
Australian accent.
Yes, easier.
Instead of is it the same accent?
Easier.
Is it the same accent? Like British accent? Easier. How about in British accent? No? It's different?
Different, little bit different.
A little bit.
So Australian doesn't like that R sound. R, no, easier.
The same, British also.
Easier. We speak Malay. We have different accent than Malaysian. We have different accent than Singaporean. So that's accent. It's actually come from our So that's I'm talking
language.
about Malay now. So we have different accent, of course, as well as English. So in British English, American English, they have different accent, of course. Yes, but if you listen to Singaporean when they talk English, of course they do have very, very heavy Malay accent. So they are not very favoring in online English teaching because they do have that very heavy accent. Singaporean I'm talking about, as well as Filipinos. Filipinos have an accent too, but most of them they have American accent because of the colonial school. They've been colonized by American for a long time, so they adapt in American English instead of another accent, of course.
Oh, I see. Okay. I think it's very clear.
And the other thing, I said to you, I would like to encourage, or not encourage actually, I just would like to advise or maybe suggest.
Yeah, maybe we need it.
All the English learner, English enthusiast, not to speak fast. Just try to be fluent. Because in my opinion, in my humble opinion, try to speak fast, it's more likely a mistake in my. Instead of speak slowly, we try to speak fast to show or to maybe to prove ourselves that We are fluent.
Fluent and cool.
Yes. Yes, that's it. I just don't want to say that. So, yes, because maybe people think like, oh, this is
Yeah.
snob, you know. So, yes, snob, that's another word for you to look at, snob. Okay? So, yes, snob, it's meant, no, stop. Right? So, yes, I don't want to sound snob, but instead of speak fast, try to just say, pronounce it clearly.
Clearly.
And slowly. If we have to pause because we have to think, that's fine. We are not English speaker. If native speaker, we challenge them to speak Indonesian, they probably say no, we cannot. So
No, of course.
Yeah, same thing applies. So what I'm saying here is try not to speak fast to prove to yourself or to prove to people that you are fluent. No, that's not going to work because mistake and mistake and mistake will occur again and again because you just try to hide it instead of just speak slowly and pronounce it clearly. Then, like I said, if we have to stop and think, that's okay. And don't try to use heavy vocabulary.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's one of.
Yeah, just use the
hard.
very common one that everyone will understand. So that's the way. Because the more we try to sound fluent, it just not gonna work. Unless you are fluent, of course. It's nothing wrong with that. You can speak as fast as you want. It's like a train or something. It's fine. That's not a problem. So maybe you just very confident. That's no problem either. So yes, and instead of make it fast, just to speak fluent, I probably rather to use more phrasal verb or idioms, just to embrace the language, embed the language, to embrace the language that we learn. Instead of saying, like we had a conversation before, instead of say, I will continue my trip, which is very, very formal, and we say, I'm just gonna carry on. Yes, I'm just gonna carry on. Or maybe just like, instead of reversing, if you're driving a car, of course you have that R gear, so that's reverse. So instead of when you're talking in a very casual conversation or in a very casual environment, you can't say, would you like to reverse? Like, it doesn't make
it's
sense.
too formal.
Yes, yes. Can you just step backward? It just doesn't make sense. Yes, back off or back forward, back off, something like that. Back off means you're backing off.
Yeah,
you know?
backing off.
So or maybe yes, or maybe like like I said before, I use idioms. Yeah, that's easier too. And something like it's a lot of idiom. That's the beauty of English that I found, and I really love to use idioms. Like I said, for example, me and my friend, we have a very similar characteristic or personality, put it that way, and we are like peas in a pond. Peas in a pond. It's been very similar. So just peas in a pond, or maybe like what do you call it? Like father, like son, like father. Yes. Anyway, you have the same characteristic as your father or your mother. Then we say it. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Apple doesn't fall far from the tree, something like that. That's mean, we'll have the same characteristic, the same personality. It will not be because you have the what do you call it, connection. You're related, you're family, or maybe like you say you see your friend and he really loved his daughter. And it's like, instead of saying like, he really loved his daughter, instead of saying that, you will say this is very sweet. That's the apple of the father. She's the apple of her father.
She's the apple of her father.
Yeah. So, yeah, something. The I.
Many ways.
The I apple of the father, something like that. Anyway, but that's very sweet. So idioms, it's a lot to what do you call it, to learn and to use in daily conversation. The apple of her father eyes. The apple of her father eyes.
Father eyes.
Yes, that's me. Yes, that's me. The father, it's really love her. The apple of her father eyes. It's really. It just. If we say something idiom, it's to me personally, it's beyond. It's beyond the standard word. So it's go further. So it's really nice to say, like we said before, easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's yes. Can you do that for me? Oh, easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Easy to understand, right?
Easy peasy lemon squeeze. Yes. So of course I can do it. Or as you said, piece of cake. Yes. He's a nut. It's mean he's a bit. He's a nutter. Yeah.
He's idiot.
Something like that. Yes. He's a nutter. Yeah, no, he's a nutter. Yeah, something like that. So it's a lot to learn apart from grammar. So yes, that's and the other thing I would like to suggest as a I'm not an expert, no, but this is my personal experience. If you like to learn and improve your communication skill as well as your vocabulary, listen to the song and then find the lyrics and sing along.
Sing along.
A lot of words. Yes, sing along. That's another thing. Sing along. So if you sing along, you will find out that you're actually get used to with the word, the pronunciation, the correct pronunciation, as well as the speed, the way you say it, the pronunciation again, and also, but like I said, when you translate the lyrics, try not to translate it word by word, because that's gonna be awkward. Get the meaning of it. Get the meaning, and you read it through, and you sing along, and you got the message. That's the way. Don't try to translate it word by word, because that's not gonna work. It's going to be a mess. Yes, it's gonna be messy.
Awkward.
Yes, it's gonna be messy. So yes, and if you watch Netflix or anything like that, listen to the dialogue. And
do I have
TV program that I would like to suggest the beginner to watch is The Big Bang Theory and Friends, because their pronunciation is very clear. A lot of idiom, phrasal verb, it's used and it's very clear, very clear. There's no what do you call it? It's very clear, easy to understand. Every single dialect is very easy to understand. Yes.
Okay. How about if we practice our English in watching movies? Does we do we need see the subtitle when we watch English movie, I mean, or we just listen their conversation without seeing the subtitle? What do you think? Which one the best? The best studying?
From my personal experience, I try not to read the subtitle. But anyway, I'm not really sure about. Yes, I don't know, but because when I learn my English, there's no subtitle. I was in Australia. There's no subtitle.
Of
What
course.
subtitle I'm talking about?
I
Okay, so
mean,
there's no
I mean, wait a
subtitle.
minute. I mean, wait a minute. If we want to learn English, but we watch English movie, so I mean, we have to learn about maybe English vocabularies. So if we just see the subtitle, I mean English subtitle, in on YouTube,
Right.
on YouTube there is English subtitle,
Okay.
and in English movie. So we just read the subtitle, English subtitle, and listen their English conversation. So I mean something like
Yes.
that. No Indonesian subtitle.
Oh,
I mean.
right. Okay, okay, yes. I'm not a YouTuber.
Okay.
So yes, okay. So there's a there's a English subscription at the bottom, right? Okay, that's good actually. So we know the
Word, the right word,
pronunciation. Yes,
pronunciation.
and the writing. Yes, the writing as well. So yes, that's a good idea. So do it that way. Do it that way.
Okay.
Yes. So what I'm saying, what I'm suggesting to you is because I actually volunteering to teach English for Vietnamese community in Singapore. I have told you before. So that's every Sunday for 30 minutes. Why don't you get together with the Indonesian in Korea, in South Korea, wherever you live now? Get together and do Zoom, and probably we can, instead of having a lesson plan, just have a casual conversation. So that will be maybe it will work, maybe it will not work. But yeah, so because I teach them, they're very basic, by the way, very basic. So either they work in Singapore or they're married to Singaporean. So some of them actually kids. So yes, but this the organizer, she had the lesson plan. So I taught them pronunciation. But if you can get together with some of your friends, we can have a English conversation that we really good to improve because somehow sooner or later we all going to use English, like it or not. Yes, we like it or not. Yes,
That's true.
We will have to use or at least to understand English. Maybe one day you have a son or you have a daughter, you want them to be able to speak English fluently.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, because
For their future.
yes, to enroll them to international school, that will be very expensive. But of course, as parents, you would like them to be able to speak. Yes, that's the thing. Yes, probably you can encourage your friend or the family with young children start to introduce English at a very early age. Like in China, in Vietnam, they start the what do you call it? The introduction to English at the very early age, 5 years old, 6 years old, they already can. Yes,
yeah,
that's why
it's good.
Online English school is saturated with Chinese and Vietnamese. So that's the thing I would like Indonesian follow the positive footstep from the Chinese and Vietnamese. And I think Japanese and Korean will follow as well. It's a lot of online English teaching from Korea and Japan as well. And very, early age, if your friend have a small children, I can teach them. It's fine by me, because it's so good to understand. It's so good to be able. You can go anywhere you like without any fear. Put it that way. You can talk to people like from any nationality, and you're comfortable to talk with them. They will, yeah, they will. Oh, like, oh wow, she speaks good English. Yes, something like that. Yeah, not bad.
Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, Elvrina, Saragih, thank you so much to answer my questions. Maybe some people would like to know about this issue or this subject, and
Yes.
we will meet again soon. Bye. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy watching the video, please like it and share to social media. And if you have any question, please put a comment down below. Alright, thank you, and I will see you in the next video.